Are not making much sense, and I think there is need for clarity.
You cannot have one person making a statement. We've had several occasions where we've had accidents. We have passengers coming out to say something.
Tunataka ukweli ujulikane.
Tonight on EBN Prime Edition, United Opposition calls for an urgent and comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of former Member of Parliament Jirongo', urging authorities to provide clear answers to both the family and the public.
Today we have the two institutions leadership meeting here to sign a memorandum of understanding of ensuring that our students, our medical and other health students at Kenyatta University are able to access this hospital.
Of course, there have been what we call teething problems.
6-year dispute between Kenyatta University and the Kenyatta University Teaching Referral and Research Hospital has been resolved following a signing of an MOU.
Wakati upepo iliingia, ikawa ni ile miti kaanza kutetemeka, tukaanza kusema tujifiche. Ilikuwa mvua mara ya kwanza hadi tukapoteza mmoja wetu.
One killed by lightning during a heavy downpour accompanied by thunder in Marakwet West. And President William Ruto hails 32 billion Kenya shillings Bamburi Sinoma Clinker project as development, underscoring the government's commitment to achieving Kenya's 5 trillion Kenya shillings rapid national development agenda through deliberate support for public and private investments that align with national priorities. All right, we're coming to you live from Ecclesia Broadcasting Networks right here in the country's capital, and we're live across the social media platform that is on Facebook, on YouTube, and you can as well send us your feedback through our SMS line that is 23059. Now, EBN Prime Edition starts now. And Democracy for Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua has called for an urgent and comprehensive investigations into the circumstances surrounding the death of former Member of Parliament Jirongo', urging authorities to provide clear answers to both the family and the public. Speaking during a condolence visit to the Jirongo' family in Nairobi, the former Deputy President emphasized that the information currently available on the public is incomplete and what he termed as half-baked. He stressed the need for a transparent and thorough report to address concerns about the untimely death of the respected politician. Gachagua was accompanied by prominent political figures, including Wiper Party leader that is Kalonzo Musyoka, Patriotic Front officials DAP-K Eugene Wamalwa, Democratic Party's JB Muturi, Deputy Party leader Cleopas Malala, among others.
The stories that are being advanced are not making much sense, and I think there is need for clarity. Because when I remember in 1975, J.M. Karaoke was at the Hilton Hotel, and he was called by his kinsmen, people he trusted, and he was never seen again. So Kenyans are asking, who are the last people to be seen with the Cyrus Jirongo'? Why are they quiet? Mostly they were his kinsmen, people he trusted, people he knew. Why are they quiet? We haven't heard them give a good account. Speaker Wetangula, he should have given a very good account. What was his plans? Where was he going? What was happening? And other people who are with him should come out and give clarity so that the family can be settled and Kenyans can be settled. Otherwise, we want to say pole to the family and to say that we need urgent, transparent, credible investigations so that Kenyans can be clear. There is no foreplay, there is no monkey business.
Surely, you cannot have one person making a statement. We've had several occasions where we've had accidents. We have passengers coming out to say something. I think it's deliberate also that in law, you cannot have collaborative evidence with one person. I think we expect that the owner of that bus and the general of that bus, we know the people who are in there, and at least they can come out and say what it is.
They are still recovering from the shock of his death, which was very shocking to all of us. But what is even more shocking, it's emerging that there are various versions of how he met his death. And even as we say pole to Jirongo'S family, this is a matter of serious concern to the family, to the community, to his friends and relatives, and to the country as a whole.
Kwa hivyo wakati kama huu najiunga na viongozi vile vile kuuliza Wakenya wanataka kujua ukweli. Je, hii ilikuwa ni ajali ya kawaida ama ni ajali ambayo imebuniwa na watu fulani? Ubunifu ni wa aina nyingi. Sasa hivi kutumia vyombo hivi is very easy to monitor. Sasa hivi my son knows I'm here, anaangalia tu ile app anajua niko hapa at any given time. So unaweza kutumia vyombo hivi na kupanga mambo hatari. Hatusemi kwamba hivyo ndilivyofanyika, lakini tunataka ukweli ujulikane, udhihirike wazi. Ndio wakati tukienda kumpumzisha ndugu yetu CJ, kila mmoja wetu angalau amepata kuridhika.
Kesho kuna postmortem. Asubuhi tutaweka watu wetu pale na serikali. We hope that after postmortem pengine sasa statement itatoka.
Right, moving on, leaders allied to the United Democratic Alliance, that is UDA party in Nyeri County, have urged the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to stop soliciting residents of the Central Kenya region to join his Democratic Citizens Party, that is DCP. Now speaking during a preparatory meeting for the UDA grassroots election campaigns scheduled for early next year, the leaders led by Senator Wahome Wamatinga criticized Gachagua, accusing him of misleading the Mount Kenya community and spreading divisions among the local population. But the UDA officials emphasized the need for political cohesion in the region and warned against activities that could create unnecessary rivalries or fragment voter support ahead of the 2027 general elections.
Wewe ukikuja na chama yako, kuja utafute delegates. Sisi tumekuja na UDA, tumepata delegates mpaka wa Munyoro. Na hiyo ndio mashindano tunataka. Sababu mashindano sio uadui. Mashindano ni tushindane, tuendelee. Kwa nini tunapewa kutoka nje, tukuja kutafuta kuingia ndani na tuko ndani? Hatuwezi kutoka ndani, sababu tuko ndani na ile kitu tunataka tunapata. Politics is not about insults. We were in Very North. We humbled ourselves, we spoke to the people and we brought victory home. Now hao wengine wa kujipiga kifua na kuleta matusi, nataka niwaambie badilisheni mwenendo wenu. Watu washaerefuka na watu wamekata kauli, hawataamuliwa watachagua nani, ila watakata kauli yao watachagua nani.
Right now, a 6-year dispute between Kenyatta University, that is KU, and the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital has been resolved following the signing of a memorandum of understanding granting medical students full access to the hospital's facilities for training. Now, the agreement signed at KUTRRH allows KU medical students, lecturers, and teaching staff to use the state-of-art referral hospital for practical learning, ending years of limited access that began when the facility was opened in 2019. Now speaking after the signing, KU Vice-Chancellor Professor Paul Wainaina described the moment as historic, saying it marked the end of what he termed as teething problems between the two institutions. Now, the Vice-Chancellor, who is set to retire next year after 8 years at the helm, said the agreement was a fulfilling milestone and that he would leave the office satisfied after the long-standing stalemate was resolved.
Today is an exciting day. The day we have the two institutions leadership meeting here to sign a memorandum of understanding of ensuring that our students, our medical and other health students at Kenyatta University are able to access this hospital for training purposes, indeed to achieve what this hospital is designed to do. Medical education is critical. Today is an exciting for our students. Today we signed an MOU with the Kenyatta University, that is Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, signing an MOU with Kenyatta University, and signing other documents, attendant documents that will help in implementing that MOU, including code of conduct, terms of engagement between the hospital and the university, in order to make sure that the implementation of this collaboration is seamless. While we are signing the MOU to make sure that our students access this hospital, we are also envisaging this collaboration to be wider and broader, both in medical education but also in clinical service delivery and research services. We have already had 200 plus medical students who've accessed the hospital since 18th of August. We also have over 170 nursing students who've already started their rotations. We have others planned, so this is a continuous engagement, and with the university we are able to plan now for the numbers that will need to access the hospital at various times of their rotations, because the needs are based on the years that they are in and the rotations that they are in.
There hasn't been no bad blood between the hospital and KU. Of course, there have been what we call teething problems. And today, as a Vice Chancellor, I'm very, very happy. I'm excited that all the teething problems are no longer there. And what it means is that our students who have been missing this hospital for the last 6 years will now be able to access. It's not only the students. This hospital was built to make sure that we are producing, as Kenyatta University, quality medical doctors and officers. And because of that, we made sure that we had the best facilities during that time and even now.
Right now, former Machakos Senator Johnson Muthama has cautioned political leaders against forming tribal-based alliances as the country prepares for the 2027 general elections, urging them to instead embrace national unity and inclusive leadership. Now speaking in Kwale County, Muthama, who is also a commissioner of the Parliamentary Service Commission, warned that ethnic-driven coalitions risk deepening divisions and undermining Kenya's democratic and development agenda. He called on leaders, including Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, to reject tribal politics and focus on issue-based engagement that benefits all Kenyans. The former senator observed that Kenya's political environment has increasingly been marked by confrontational rhetoric and rivalry, much of it amplified through public forums and social media platforms. He said such trends divert attention from critical national issues and hinder constructive political discourse.
Wacha niseme hivi, kabla sijaonyesha watoto wa Mwisa niwalete hapa, nataka niseme nimesikia Dennis vile mmesema, na nimesikia wanao kuunga mkono, lakini mimi msimamo wangu katika taifa letu la Kenya sio kuwa na kiongozi wa kijamii, sio kuwa na kiongozi wa kijamii. Hii ni utoto ndoko sana. Chakula ya nyanya, hii ni ya nyanya, na nyanya wajukuu ni hawa, wale wengine kani huko. Alafu unataka kujitokea useme hii chakula ya nyanya ni yetu sisi wote, lakini unasahau ule waambia wakae kule kando, wana macho na masikio na wanaona. Nataka niwape mfano katika siasa yetu ya Kenya leo. Kuna wanaume sasa wamejitosa uwanjani kungangania kiti ya urais, lakini kuna mmoja ambaye upende usipende amepita wale wengine mbio chwa na upatikani, baka wanaotafuta na yeye watafute mbinu mpya. Sasa wewe unaenda na mmoja wao na wewe anasema na kuunga mkono, na anasimama anasema mimi tumekubaliana na fulani kwa sababu tutamfanya rais. Sikia, kiti ya gavana Nairobi yetu, kiti ya seneta yetu, women rep yetu, sijui wabunge 75 ya Wiper ni 10, sijui ni Wiper au ni nini. Haya MCAs sijui ni ngapi. Sasa wewe jiulize, ni mjinga gani Mkenya ataamka aende akapige kura katika sanduku namna hiyo, ambaye anajua kwamba viti imeenda na mtu fulani na watu wake? Kwanza nyinyi mkiombea Kalonzo muambie okoke na fikira, wacha kuitisha kura kwanza. Na mimi najua hapa mtasema mwana nunji, yes, lakini lazima mumuombee abandirike kwa fikra, ajue Kenya ni kubwa ya kuleta siasa za Kenya, na sio kura ya Mkikuyu inaweza kumfanya rais, sio kura ya Mkamba inaweza kumfanya rais, ni kura za Wakenya. Kenyatta tulipompikia kura tumepika kama Wakenya, hata kama Wakikuyu wamepika wengi, mimi najihisi kwamba Kenyatta alichakuliwa na Wakenya.
Right now, business leaders across the country have described 2025 as one of the most challenging years for enterprises, citing depressed cash flow and unfavorable government policies that have strained operations across multiple sectors. Now, entrepreneurs and investors attributed the difficult business environment to low circulation of money, high taxation, and reduced government subsidies, factors they say have significantly eroded profitability. Now, the situation has led to the closure of several businesses, resulting in job losses and heightened economic pressure on households. Now, the concerns were raised during the Top Excellence Awards ceremony, which brought together and recognized outstanding firms from different parts of the country. Now, speaking at the event, business leaders, including Nyota Njema Realtor, there is Pamina's Karaoke, Baraka Properties, Terry Murioki, and Embu County MCA Samuel Njeru called on the government to introduce more supportive policies in 2026 to stimulate economic recovery.
Ningependa kusema hivi, nimesikia His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya akisema that we would want Kenya to transform to country to the like Singapore and Korea and other third world countries. But now, as a country, this republic needs a lot is needed to be done. One of the things that is needed to be done is that we need to do away with unnecessary taxation, because we see that taxation is bringing down businesses. So many investors are running away from the republic because of high taxation. That is one of the things that I need, and I would request His Excellency and his government to see how they can work on it.
That's true. There are so many jobs, like, we get so many people who are looking for jobs out here. Yeah, every day on our inboxes we get like 100, 200 people looking for jobs, like literally qualified, highly qualified people who are looking for jobs, right? And as Precision Automotive, we have tried a lot. We are currently employing over 90 staff. So we have tried a lot in creating employment for the people. As such a small, upcoming, company, we have tried our level best to create those job opportunities. But if there would be some sort of intervention by the government to create an even enabling environment for us, I think there would be more jobs created.
I think the issue of park fees. The issue of park fees has somehow interfered with how tourists are coming into Kenya, because when they come, they want to come for safaris. Then when they see prices have gone up all of a sudden and they had budgeted, some of them tend to go back. Then there's also the issue of the daily visa, and this is especially in the coast, where when the ship docks in, a tourist gets a daily visa. So if they will go out to a nightclub, they get a visa, then they go back to the ship to sleep. In the morning, if they want to go and have breakfast, they must again pay for another visa. And I think this visa can be put in a way that it's one-off. When you come, it takes maybe a month or so, then it will be better. And these things will be able to improve on tourism. The other thing is infrastructure, especially in some of the game parks. And here I'm looking at the Shimba Hills Game Reserve in Kwale County, that really does deserve improvement on infrastructure, so that when tourists come, they are able to move around the park nicely.
Right, at the same time, President William Ruto has reiterated that his ambitious development plans for Kenya are achievable, emphasizing key sectors such as infrastructure and health. Now, speaking on Tuesday during the Lore Cultural Festival that was held in Turkana County, the head of state assured Kenyans that ongoing and planned projects are aligned with his vision of accelerated national development. President William Ruto highlighted the importance of infrastructure development in connecting communities and enhancing economic activities, while also stressing the need for improved healthcare services to ensure accessible and quality care for all citizens.
Hiyo plan ya trilioni 5 tumeanza jana, and by next year we will be halfway. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Wengine wanasema haiwezekani, lakini mimi najua inawezekana. Si walituambia hii barabara tulianzisha ya kujenga kutoka Kitale kwenda kupitia mpaka Nakadoko haiwezekani? Hiyo barabara imekamilika ama bado? Si hiyo barabara tumejenga? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Walituambia walimu kuajiri 1,100 haiwezekani. By January we will have hired 100,000 teachers. Walituambia mambo ya SHA haiwezekani. As I talk to you, wananchi 28.5 million Kenyans are registered in SHA. Nimesimama hapo, watu ambao wanaendesha mahospitali hapa wananiambia SHA is working. Wale ambao wanatuambia SHA is not working is because hawajakuwa wagonjwa. Siku watakuwa wagonjwa ndio watajua SHA inafanya kazi. Nyinyi mnanielewa my friends? Na vile vile nimesema ya kwamba we must build an extra 28,000 kilometers ndio tuweze kujenga zile barabara zote. Huyu Protas amesema kuhusu barabara. Huyu Nicholas amesema kuhusu barabara. Na Buin amesema kuhusu barabara. Hawa waheshimiwa wote wamesema kuhusu barabara. Na tumekuwa tukiongea hiyo lugha miaka nenda, miaka rudi. We need a new plan so that we can deal with the challenges that face our nation in a much more conclusive way. Na hiyo ndio mpango mimi nimetengeneza, na mimi nataka niwaulize ndugu zangu. Haya mambo tutakabiliana na wao. Tutahakikisha kwamba Kenya inasonga mbele. Unajua hii dunia iko watu wa no term, iko ya one term, iko ya two term, na iko ya long term. Nyinyi mko gani? Ate mko gani? Hebu nione kwa mkono wale wa two term, nione kwa mkono. Harambee! 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 Tumeelewana? Tutatembea pamoja.
All right, moving on, Vihiga County Governor Dr. Wilbur Otichilo has signed 3 significant bills into law aimed at regulating various sectors within the county. Now, the legislation is expected to come into effect and guide operations across different industries. Now, speaking at the county headquarters, Governor Otichilo highlighted that the 2025 Finance Bill, which has undergone sector-specific amendments, seeks to regulate the purchase of poultry equipment. He emphasized that the bill is part of a broader efforts to streamline trade and enhance compliance in the agricultural sector. The other bills signed include legislation governing technical training institutions in Vihiga County, which focuses on the management and oversight of these vocational colleges, and the Public Service Board bill designed to strengthen governance and administrative efficiency within the county's public service sector.
The key areas where we have done some enhancement is in scrap metal collection dealers. That's one area where we have been able to increase the license, because over the last few years we are having a lot of vandalization of government infrastructure through collection of scrap metal. So we thought it as a government it's important to make it very punitive, so that the people who get in the scrap metal collection should be people of high integrity. And to be able to do that, we have made the license a little bit more expensive to make sure that we have the right people.
All right, now the head of state, President William Ruto, has underscored the government's commitment to achieving Kenya's 5 trillion Kenya shillings rapid national development agenda through deliberate support for public and private investments that align the national priorities. Now, speaking during the signing of that 2 billion Kenya shilling construction contract between Bamburi Cement PLC and Sinoma CBMI Construction Company Limited at a Nairobi hotel, President William Ruto described the new clinker production line to be developed in Matunga, Kwale County as a transformative investment capable of accelerating industrial growth. The President said the project presents the kind of strategic partnership required to strengthen Kenya's industrial capacity and support the delivery of key national programs, including the affordable housing program and major infrastructure developments.
In this context, allow me to situate today's project within our broader 5 trillion bold national ambition to take Kenya to a first world economy. which we have unveiled as a deliberate pathway to achieving Kenya's economic freedom. This national project is anchored on strategic infrastructure development, and I hope, Bamburu, you're listening. Expanded, reliable, and affordable energy, large-scale infrastructure in irrigation through extensive dam construction designed to unlock productivity across agriculture, manufacturing, housing, transport, and services. Through sustained investments in roads, we intend to dual 2,500 kilometers of critical highways. Distinguished guests, the cement industry sits at the heart of this economic freedom agenda. Every kilometer of road, every power plant, every dam and irrigation canal, and every factory depends on a reliable, competitive, and sustainable cement value chain. Projects such as the Bamburi clinker line are therefore not isolated investments. They are foundational catalysts of our national transformation. While the cement sector is central to development, we are equally conscious that it is among the most energy-intensive industries with significant greenhouse gas emissions. The government of Kenya therefore views today's investment not only through the lens of capacity expansion, but also as an opportunity to embed cleaner, more efficient.
Right, moving on to some sad story now. A family in Jirongo'S area, Marakwet West constituency, that is in Elgeyo Marakwet County, is mourning the death of a loved one who was killed by lightning during a heavy downpour accompanied by thunder. Now, the incident occurred after heavy rains pounded the area, causing trees to fall and strike a middle-aged woman who was going about her normal daily activities. She died on the spot due to the impact and the electric shock from the lightning. Now, 2 other people sustained serious injuries during the incident.
Saa sita na nusu nikaona mawingu anatokea huko Miyeni. Haya, nikaona iko sita nisema na hii mbwa ni mawingu ni memugo ama ni kitengere.
Upepo iliingia. Wakati upepo iliingia, ikawa ni ile miti kaanza kutetemeka, tukaanza kusema tujifiche. Ilikuwa mvua mara ya kwanza. Before kidogo, kumbe si mvua tena. Tukaona miti yote inakatika, mahali tumekaa inaanza sasa na upepo, miti inaanza kuanguka, hadi tukapoteza mmoja wetu.
Ukitazama hii miti iliangushwa na kitu yenye ujui. Hii nguvu yenye ilikuwa hapa ni maajabu. Hii miti sote ziliangukia huyu mama ni miti more than 20. Na ujui ni kwa nini?
Nilikuwa nimeenda kufanya kazi mahali pengine, nikakuja nikafika nyumbani. So kwa hata nikasikia tu kwa njiani kuna bibi yangu imefurukwa na mawingu na mvua. So na hata mtoto wako hospitali na tulikuwa tunafanya kazi kwa pamoja, na sijui hata nitaenda kulipa hospital bill, sina pesa.
All right, now let's get sporty. And youths in Webuye town have been urged to engage in sports and arts activities during the school holiday period as a means of staying productive and avoiding social ills such as excessive social media use, sexual abuse, and teenage pregnancies. Now, the call was made by Barbara Anyanza, one of the organizers of the Tony Anyanza Memorial Sports and Arts Festival in the Chebosi area. Now, she emphasized that the festival will ensure the full participation of young girls, promoting inclusivity and empowerment. Anthony Mukholi, the festival stakeholder, highlighted that the sports competitions provide a platform for young people to develop their talents, especially through teams participating in the league. Now, he stressed that such activities help youth channel their energy positively during the holiday. Now, the quarter-final fixtures are Chebosi versus Moloho, Namwanga versus Juakali, Lutaso versus Milani, and Legends versus Mahanga. The final is scheduled for Friday, with the winning team set to receive 35,000 Kenya shillings in prize money.
Tunahusisha vijana katika hizi michezo so that wasipate hiyo nafasi ya kukua idol, and also wakikuwa wanajumuika pamoja, wakiungana pamoja, we are dealing with, we are cooperating, inafanya tunaweza kuzoeana, tuna avoid hiyo kudhulumiwa among each other. Tumekuwa na campaigns against gender-based violence. Ni kuwahimiza tu huku nje, in case unapatikana in a situation yenye ina violate your rights in any way, uwe mwanamke uwe mwanaume, kuwa na hiyo ujasiri ya kwenda kuripoti, usikalie na unanyanyaswa.
But sasa tukiweka mikakati kama hizi ambapo kuna tournaments zinaleta vijana pamoja na ina bridge hiyo gap between au vijana ambao wako idol wenye wanajihusisha na mambo isiyofaa, vijana ambao wataonekana vizuri hapa wanaweza pata nafasi huko nje. Siku hizi kuna leagues zinachezwa, unapata kijana mzuri anapatikana anachezea Nzoia, anachezea FC Leopards, na hiyo talanta haiwezi patikana kama tournament kama hizi hazipo. So tukileta tournament kama hizi kila wakati, tutaanza kukua hizo vipaji na tutaendelea kufanya kazi mzuri.
Lengo na madhumuni ya hii tournament ni kuwashika tu vijana hii wakati ya Disemba, tuweze kuwa involve kwa games, waweze kuwa avoid vitu kama madawa ya kulevya. Pia through the tournament tumeamua kufanya environmental care, tuweze kupanda miti na tuweze tu kuleta community pamoja kusherekea hii Krismasi kwa kufurahia soka katika jamii. Tumegundua pia hapa chini kwa grassroots hakuna visibility ya kusaidia vijana katika talents. So pia tunatumia nafasi hii kuwaleta on board sponsors na stakeholders katika michuano ya soka, waweze kusport talents na tuweze kuelevate, kwa sababu tunakumbuka in the first edition tulikuwa na kijana anaitwa Sikukuu kutoka Namawanga, alikuwa spotted na Spanish clubs organized by Mheshimiwa Majimbo Kalasinga. So tunajua in the moments that we create these tournaments, kuna watu wanaona na vijana wetu wanaweza chukuliwa na wakakuwa katika nafasi bora.
Right, that particular story was produced by one Duncan Koba. All right, now that's what to wrap up our program here on EBN Prime Edition. But just want to sample some of your feedback right here on Facebook. Lauren Kelly, Nduta Mogwe, Kennedy Sisongo, Kennedy Jumba Sirigwa, Vin Onyango, Dina Mwania, Cynthia Nanjala, just but to name a few. Nasema asante sana, of course, happy birthday to Lauren Kelly. All right, that's what to wrap up our program here on EBN Prime Edition. Thank you so much for keeping us company until this particular minute. Let's do this again when God says we do.